beautiful souls. Welcome to Creative Purpose with Pooh. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. Okay? I decided that it is definitely important for us to, in our spiritual journey, ask ourselves this question. The question that I feel that we need to ask ourselves is why? Why is it that we're on this spiritual journey? Why is it that we don't feel complete in what we're doing right now? And why is it important for you to make this change right at this moment? Okay? I'm sitting here really thinking hard and long about helping people make the decision whether they're going to choose spirituality or not. And when I say spirituality, I don't mean your beliefs, because no one is going to have an identical belief or an identical spiritual journey. We might have some things in common because of who we are and who our ancestors are and how we were raised. It will determine the way that our journey goes. And I think it's real important for you to just start at the nitty-gritty. Okay, so I always start by using myself as an example because I feel like I have more experience with me than I do with anyone else. So the first time I ever asked myself why on my spiritual journey was when I was not feeling complete about myself. Okay, I wasn't feeling happy with who I was and what I stand for. I felt like something was missing. And at that point, I didn't know what was missing, but I definitely knew that something wasn't right. Okay? So imagine being a person that knows something is missing, but don't know what that thing missing is. It causes confusion and it definitely causes frustration. Okay? So then I had to do things that I normally don't do. I see things, and if I constantly keep seeing a thing over and over and over again, I will ask myself, why am I seeing this? And as I ask myself why, I activate something within me to go do the research to find out why. Now, when I say do research, I do research in more than one thing, because some people say that it's not good to go to Google. I feel that when you research multiple facets. You don't stay stuck in one place. So I would look at it from the first question that I asked why is all of these things happening to me? Okay? I felt incomplete at a time when I lost important people in my life and had a breakup, and I just felt like my life was just being destroyed. So then I get on TikTok and all I keep hearing is tower moment. Tower moment. What is a tower moment? So I go to TikTok and I look up tower moment readings, or tower moment, just anything that has tower moments in it. And as I'm seeing is exactly what I'm going through at the moment. My life is destroying itself. That old version of me is not happy and it needs a new beginning. But as I also look at it that way, I Google it and tarot cards come up about tower moment. Okay, the tower, because they have a tower card, right? So I'm looking up the meanings of the tower card and I'm seeing cards with destruction, rebirth, just endings to new beginnings. And at my time, I'm only seeing endings. I'm definitely not seeing a beginning yet. And I'm Googling, I'm YouTubing, and then I'm also finding courses, because most people offer free courses. I'm also finding free courses. In these free courses, they have people who give you an introduction to spirituality, but once again, that is their versions. So I am researching voodoo, I am researching hoodoo, I am researching just witchcraft, whatever came up when I research the things that I desired to do. And the one thing that I always noticed is that there was no true definition of how I felt. Like if right now you asked me who I am, because I have ancestors from many different backgrounds. I can't just say that I practice voodoo. I can't just say that I practice hoodoo. I can't say that I, praise orishas. I can't say anything because we have been torn from the motherland and interbreeded in so many different ways that there is no way that I can see that I belong to one thing. So then I ask myself, why? Why am I made up of these different types of things? How can each one have a part of me that resonates? Okay. And then as I started asking myself these questions, I feel like spirit was showing me different things throughout my day. I would go back on TikTok and I will see stuff about hoodoo. And then I will see certain people saying that you have to be this and you have to do that and you have to have this person and that person. And, that didn't work for me. My mom passed away. My grandmother's passed away. My great-grandmother's passed away. So now I am the head of my family. And I fit into certain things, but I don't fit all aspects of things. So what happens when you don't fit into all aspects of things? You create where you fit. You don't allow people to tell you that you are supposed to do this, that, and the dirt. Because if that worked for them, it does not mean that that's going to work for you. And I feel like if I'm being drawn to work with Oshun, and I'm being drawn to work with Baron, if I'm being drawn to work with different spiritual practices, then what am I going to call myself? So the reason why I even decided to answer this question, I still don't know. But I'm reading this book, and this book is calling who I am a multi-potentialist, a person who has not one thing that they specialize, but they specializes in a lot of things. And so I am so grateful that I read this book, is because society tells us that we have to pick a side. But what happens when certain sides fit you? You're drawn to multiple sides. You have ancestors and things calling you from all different areas. So do you create your own side, or do you just be like everybody else and choose a side and neglect those sides of yourself? And I choose to not choose a side. So when it comes to who I am and somebody asks me why I do what I do what I do because I'm called to do it. There is no specific way to describe who I am. I don't like conflict. I don't like to have to fight with people to believe that I'm wrong for saying that you have to choose a side and somebody feel like you do have to choose a side. I don't ride for that type of thing. What I ride for is individuals are within my system, are within my community, are within my world. Okay, so I decided to make all of this and have this discussion with you guys is to tell you to push the envelope. How do you push the envelope? Continue to ask yourself why. Don't let people define who you are and the way that you do things. Go within. Ask your ancestors for help, okay? If you do get someone to work with you and they're coming to you, ask them for help. They would assist you in anything that it is that you desire to do. And you won't have to choose a side, okay? And I like being a person that doesn't choose a side because I'm a multi-potentialite. I'm a person who does not want to choose a side, who feel like I attract to many different spiritual practices and that I shouldn't have to choose just because everyone else does. So this YouTube is definitely going to be about helping you find you. Okay, helping you see that the things that you do have to be more than just about making money. Okay, it has to have a purpose. In order for people to make a lot of money, you have to enjoy what you do. And then it also requires you to define your meaning of a substantial amount of money. Some people will say $10.5 billion, but a person like me will be okay with 1 million, will be okay with 500 million. Okay, so you decide what it is that you want to do. And you get signs that will test you to see if you're right. So don't be afraid to stray. Don't be afraid to tap into certain things. And don't think that there is going to be a person who specializes in everything, because it isn't. Maybe you need to be like me and you specialize in everything that you're drawn to, and you give people different options of being them. Okay? And I think that those are different versions of spirituality. You don't have to fight with people. It's okay to agree to disagree. Okay? If people don't agree with you and you say your opinion and they get offensive, it's okay. You know that you can't be honest and upfront with certain people. So anything that they ask you, you would just be supportive from that point forward. And that's what I learned to deal with life with. You know, I only have the path that I have to lead, and I can't tell you how to lead your path. If Spirit asks me to help you along your path, I will help you with what I can help you with. But once again, the choice is ultimately yours. And the more you put yourself in the box will be the more you feel detached from yourself, because not everybody functions well inside of a box. Okay? So I want to do some certain exercises to see if you yourself is okay with where you are today. Okay? So we're going to start out with asking this question. What spiritual practice do you think best describes you? Okay? And if you are saying more than one, then you are definitely a multi-potentialite just like me. Or you a person that does not put yourself in a box. And that is okay. The second question that you can ask yourself is, what is it that you feel that your destiny is? Okay? Because I'm a multifaceted person, I feel like my destiny is to teach, inspire, and love on my community. And I feel like any practice that does those three, they attract me. And so, like I said, a lot of the practices hit on those three things. And that's why I feel like I'm not committing to anyone. I have ancestors that are African, that are Haitian, that are different ones that are instilling the values and teaching me how to be. And I'm just happy that I hope I'm not the first one to say it, but I don't want no one to think that you have to choose when it comes to spirituality. Okay? You don't have to be initiated to everything. You don't have to have an elder. You don't have to have certain things that you hear that you have to have. You can definitely have those things plus more when you're not putting yourself in a box. Okay? And the final question I want you to know is, you're asking yourself on spirituality, is that when you chose a side, like if you did choose just one thing that you do you feel completely happy doing it? Okay? Did you feel completely happy when you decided that you were going to be a person who practiced voodoo only? Were you happy? If the answer is not no, then it's okay for you to have help from Orishas. It's okay for you to use the Bible and have help through hoodoo. It's okay for you to do spells and stuff and have help using witchcraft. You do not have to continue to cut up who you are just so that you can fit in with everybody else. And I just hope that this video helps whoever it needs to help. So, if you know who I am, my name is Pooh, and I hope that you guys subscribe to my channel. You also can visit me on multiple platforms, and I will link it in the bio. And if you're interested in knowing the book that I'm reading that is helping me think outside the box and is allowing me to say that I worship many different practices and I am not putting myself in a box, let me know in the comments and I will personally respond to you. So you know how I end my stuff on all platforms. I end all my platforms by saying never, ever, ever give up on your children because they are the future. Never, ever, ever give up on your business because your business allows you to have a future, and never, ever, ever give up on you. And one more thing that I want to say, just because something works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for someone else. So please don't fight over something that definitely cannot be defined, okay? Come together and talk about things that we share. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.